Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. We're going to be continuing our conversation around the movie 28 Years Later. This is one you do not want to miss. Sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, because this is going to be explosive in terms of news, in terms of the backstory and the lore and everything that's going on in this movie universe. So, we have an official from the marketing in-world connected WikiLeaks style website that someone, and we don't know who this is, in this movie universe has constructed to try and get the truth out about exactly what is happening in the UK while it's been quarantined. There appears to be an information blackout that countries around the world do not want people to know, but this person has managed to get their hands on classified files that we are going to deep dive into in this video. So with that down, let's dive in and see what we can learn about what's really going on in the UK. Thanks to the release of the second teaser, we discovered as a community the website rageleaks.com. This website was locked, and despite the best efforts of savvy fans to dismantle the code of the website to find the password, it appeared that the password entry button was disconnected from anything until the release of the second trailer, which upon release gave us a hidden message, the password, through scribbled letters of a pigpen cipher in flashes of what appears to be the community town mural. The letters, once transcribed, give the phrase memento mori, the popular Latin saying, remember you will die. This password unlocked what appears to be a fictional WikiLeaks style message board or augmented reality game, with a reverse countdown timer at the top, which at the time of this documentation stated 27 years, 44 weeks and 2 days, will appear to reach 28 years on the release date of the film, June 20th. With the subtitle reading, what is really happening behind the blockade? So guys, with that description out of the way, it's free reign. Let's dive into each of these files and let's see exactly what this information has to show us. This is going to be crazy stuff here. So let's have a quick look around on the dashboard here. So again, at the top we have the countdown timer, which is going to coincide with the movie. This is going to hit 28 years on the release date of the actual movie itself, and it says what is really happening behind the blockade. When they're talking about the blockade, they're talking about all the different navies of all the different countries who are surrounding the UK and its waters. They're blockading the country, not letting any information in, not letting any information out. They're also not letting any civilians near the area as well. So there's complete informational back channel blockout that nobody can get anything in or out, information or physical in terms of supplies or anything like that. So let's start off here. Down at this very bottom first message. So we're going to start at the bottom and then go up to the top in chronological order here. So, message. So, the virus brought us more than rage. The sorrow for our lost home, the guilt for the ones we left behind. The righteous indignation for the secrets being kept from us. It's been almost 28 years since the outbreak and still not a single shred of truth about what's really going on. They say it's to protect us. It's for our own good. After all this time, what are they still hiding? They classify satellite images, they forbid any communication with survivor communities, they suppress rumours and discredit reports that somehow the infected have adapted. They don't want us to see, but we must bear witness, all of us. So it sounds like this person here who's constructed this website, they've put this blog onto the website, saying that, again, that there's a informational blackout. So there's no communication with any survivor communities. They suppress rumours, so if there's any rumours going around about activities or things happening on the island, it's completely discredited, the reports, and they basically just completely cover up anything that's going on and don't let other citizens of other countries know, and that confirms it with that message there. So let's move on to the next one, surveillance reports, Lindisfarne Commune. Okay. So, image 01. Okay, this is pretty interesting here. So, it looks like a scanned copy of a document here. So, surveillance report. Lindisfarne Commune, threat level low, emergent activity low. Location 55 north by 1.8 west. Report top line. Tidal Island provides increased security and long range view of threats. Stable social order. Keeps community secure. 0 attempts at breaking quarantine. So, this is talking about Holy Island, which we know where the survivors, and it looks like whichever organisation or army or whoever this is keeping tabs on what's going on with our survivor community here. They've logged the location, the threat level, the emergent activity, and they're kind of writing reports about what's going on here. And we have this image, black and white, grainy image that's been taken here. Is this from a NATO, is this from NATO? Have they been flying drones around trying to take images? How exactly was this image taken? I'm not really sure. Obviously, it would be in color and much higher resolution, but it looks like this has been scanned off a computer screen somewhere. So unfortunately, it's black and white and grainy, but it kind of adds to the eeriness of what's going on with the franchise here, so I kind of like that. So moving down here, image 02. Again, we have another, what appears to be another drone image. It appears to show the causeway that links between Holy Island and the mainland UK, which we've seen prominently displayed in the trailer. So they're documenting the route on and off of the mainland, whoever it is that's documenting this. And then we go down again and we've got another image here, which appears to be the town. It looks like we have a little kind of church here in the middle, and we have the kind of the town around the edge, and we have kind of the coastline with the water and some of the mountains in the background. And that's the images that they've been documenting here. But it doesn't say who is documenting this, where it's coming from, what the source of this information is. But whoever built this website, they managed to get this classified file from somewhere. So it's going to be interesting if maybe in the movie this is referenced, or there's an Easter egg or something about this report and where it came from. So with that down, let's move on to the third file here, which is Life on Patrol. Okay, Life on Patrol file. Okay, so it looks like we have an Instagram post from Sammy XLove XANN. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea. Let's go down. So it looks like we have a couple here. It looks like they're on a boat in the middle of the ocean, having a good time. They're smiling. Okay, so we have a caption and we have a couple of comments as well. So let's try and decipher this, translate it, and see exactly what it's saying. So I have the translation here that I worked out before we started this video. So the first, the caption here on the actual picture itself, it says, Karsten was supposed to be back a couple of days ago. Trying not to overthink things, I just miss him so much. Then we move down to the first comment here. It says, don't stress, ships have to be quiet all the time. He'll be in touch soon. Moving on to the last comment here, it says it doesn't exactly look like there's a lot of activity there, but sure, let's continue to put resources into the mission. So the one that's the most interesting here is this the first comment, I should say, sorry. It says, don't stress, ships have to be quiet all the time. So this is adding to the story of the informational blackout. Ships have to be quiet. So they can't communicate with anyone on the outside, and they're probably very, very strict, and they're very classified with what they're doing in this blockade. They can't, send any information out. They can't receive information. They can't communicate with anyone. And this woman here, who his girlfriend, his wife, whoever it may be, she hasn't heard from this guy in a while. So he seems to be missing in action. She doesn't know where he is or what he's doing. And it's all kind of silent, and she's kind of worried about what's going on with him. And it sounds like he's like a NATO soldier, or he's in the Navy working for a country, and he's part of the blockade. And basically she's just worried about it, and kind of lends to that idea of the informational blackout. So it's a pretty interesting part of the world building narrative there, I should say. Okay, so the next file, variant ? Okay, this is going to be interesting for sure. So it looks like we have a email message here. So it says forward message from Dr. Goldman at redacted.org. The date is also redacted. Subject, need more information. Dr. Alec at redacted.org. Okay, so let's start reading this. Thank you for the reminder about what science is. It had slipped my mind. In the current climate, the odds are slim of getting more data, more samples, anything at all. You'll have to simply do what you can with what you have. Anytime you want to trade jobs with me, I'd be happy to go back to the lab, and you can sit in meetings all day. Okay, and moving down here. Here's what my team is prepared to say with the limited data we've been provided. We've observed significant morphological and behavioral differences in this variant. So it sounds like they're analyzing variants of the Rage virus here, which is very, very interesting. Tissue engorgement is apparent throughout the body from some unknown process that we don't understand. They are primarily quadrupedal, though it appears they can go bipedal under duress. So quadrupedal means that they run around on all fours. They basically use their hands and feet to move around. That's really, really creepy, and that's kind of strange. Most pronounced as the difference in locomotion, they are significantly slower, though we can't tell if that's due to their size or some other cause. So they have different locomotion. They also run around on their hands and legs, quadrupedal, but they go bipedal under duress. So when they're under duress, when they're basically scared or they're running after something or the rage virus takes over and goes full steam, then they start running on two legs. So the locomotion aspect there is pretty interesting. They're significantly slower, though we can't tell if that's due to their size or some other cause. It's impossible to speculate further without more hard data. I know you're tired of hearing this song from me. We'd really love more to work with, but at this point, this is what we have. So yeah, it does sound like in the background here, there's some doctors that are working on the virus, deciphering parts of the mutations and what's going on, and they're trying to figure out, you know, what's going on and how these infected people are moving, and they're specifically here studying the kind of the locomotion, which is very, very interesting to learn. That's how some of these infected move around, on all fours as opposed to 2 feet. So wow, that's pretty crazy stuff. Okay, so moving on, next we have a file, Arial Recon. Okay, so captured from surveillance cameras, what purpose could this serve? Okay. Oh wow, that's so cool. So it looks like we have a surveillance image here of the Bone Temple. Obviously, we've seen this all over the marketing. We know the second movie is called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. This is going to be a major part of the narrative of this universe going forward. But what purpose does it serve? That's one of the biggest questions that fans are asking themselves. What is the Bone Temple? What is the purpose of it? Who constructed it? What is it for? And man, like, this is a really, really cool image. So whoever constructed this WikiLeaks style website, they managed to get their hands on this scanned copy of a surveillance picture of the Bone Temple. This is really creepy looking, but it's really, really cool as well. Where did they get this from? Whoever constructed this website. And it looks like at the top left here, it looks like a cross. Could this be, is this the English flag? I'm not exactly sure. We obviously have the elevation figure on the left here for the whatever this photo is coming from, whether it's from a drone or from an aircraft. We have the camera frame as well around the edge, and then it says locked at the bottom. So they're obviously flying by, and the camera frame is locked onto the Bone Temple as they're kind of rotating around it. But they're researching this. They're trying to find out what it is, what it's about, what it's for. And someone somewhere is trying to study this and figure out what it is and what it's about. And adds to the mystery for sure, man. So interesting here. Guys, I would love to know what your theories are as to what this Bone Temple is and where this picture potentially came from. What do you guys think? Okay, let's continue on here. So the next file here is Mayday. Okay, so we have what appears to be a scanned copy of a transcript here. And we have the timestamps down the left. And again, we need to try and translate this. So I have a translation here. So this first part here, it says, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is HMS Orsund, Mayday, Orsund, current position. And then it says inaudible. Then we move down to the next timestamp, 0018. It says North Sea, 53.17 north, 1.05 west. We have collided with something, I don't know what, taking in a lot of water and inaudible hell. Wow, I mean, that is crazy. Let me say that again. So North Sea, 53.17 north, 1.05 west. We have collided with something, I don't know what, taking in a lot of water and inaudible hell. So they've hit something, they've collided with something. Is it potentially an infected mutant fish or shark or something in the water that they've hit? Or have they just run aground and hit a rock? I'm not exactly sure what to make of that. But if it's like an infected, if it's some sort of infected aquatic life, that would be crazy. That's attacked their ship. That could potentially be an outcome. I really, really don't know. So, and then this next bit here says inaudible, inaudible. Then we have 0020 timestamp, and it says fire. Now we are inaudible, bringing in more water now. Send someone please, send, and then inaudible, and then transmission cuts off. So the last one, fire. Now we are inaudible, bringing in more water now. Send someone please, send inaudible. So it sounds like this ship here, whatever's happened, the ship has hit something, or something has hit the ship. It's going down quickly, it's caught fire, they're bringing in water, and they need help, and then the transmission cuts off. That is unbelievably creepy. Like I say, it could be a natural disaster where they've hit a ship, they've hit another ship, they've hit a rock, or some infected aquatic life form could have taken them out. I really don't know, man, but that's creepy as hell, and I can't wait to see if that gets addressed in the movie. So, anyway, with that down, let's move on to the next one. Need to know. Okay, so it looks like we have a phone text message here. So, from Cytopathic, I think that's how you say it. Can you get me something more concrete? Photos, lab reports, anything. I can try, but they keep that stuff pretty locked down. It was hard enough getting you that email without it getting traced. I'll get you what I can. Don't risk your position if you don't have to. People need to know. Oh man, this is crazy stuff. This is blowing my mind, literally. So, Cytopathic is the person who's built this WikiLeaks website. And it sounds like they've got someone working on the inside within NATO or within one of the navies of the different countries. And he's messaging his contact on the inside to try and get more information to leak it out on this website. That's how this guy is getting access to this information. That's crazy. Can you get me something more concrete? Photos, lab reports, anything? I can try, but they keep that stuff locked down. It's hard enough getting you that email without it getting traced. So yeah, it sounds like this person on the inside is risking their life to try and get this informational back channel out to this person so he can spoil it on this WikiLeaks page. So wow, we know the source of the information, we know that he's getting it from the inside, but this person who he's messaging, his contact, we don't know exactly who that is, but it definitely lends to the fact that we know he's contacting someone within NATO or a different navy. So, moving on, we have PAC. Okay, we have another image. Oh wow, look at that. That is so cool. So it looks like we have a surveillance image, again from a drone or from a satellite. And this is an infrared image. And we can see what appears to be a pack of infected out in the open. We can see the heat signatures here. We can see them running. And there appears to be, it's like a skeleton of an animal. It looks like a deer or something. I'm not exactly sure what this animal is. But you can clearly see the head, the legs, and you can clearly see the stomach, not the stomach, the kind of the body there. And we can see the infected here running out in the open. So that's really, really creepy. I mean, look at that. Thermal imaging of the infected. That's really, really wicked. That's so cool. I would love to see what other images these the NATO or these other army companies have, man. That'd be so cool. Okay, so it looks like we have 2 more files to get to. This next one is an audio. It's the only audio one that we have on this list, and it's called Bells. Okay, that sounds like bells. Do you think they still have churches of some kind, or maybe it's a warning system? And then we have an audio file. Okay, let's play this audio file and see exactly what it entails here.
55,701, moins 1,829.
How damn creepy is that? So, it sounds like they've recorded the sound of bells coming from the island, but it's like, is it a warning system? What exactly is this? You know, what exactly did the bells represent? Is it like a curfew? Is it some sort of warning system? Is it some other means, like a ceremonial type of thing? Whatever it is, it's creepy, but they seem to have recorded that sound. So I have to watch the film and try and figure out exactly what these bells and what these sounds could mean. But man, that audio clip was crazy. Guys, if you need to go back and replay it for yourselves, because we did go through it quite quickly, if you need to go back and replay it and listen to it again and see if you can decipher anything different, then go and check for go back and check it again if you want to, guys. And we move on to our final file here on this Rage Leaks website called Narrows. Okay, if you're reading this, you know this map. We've all seen it for so long. We practically don't even notice it anymore. But today, I found myself looking at the Dover Narrows. There's only 20 miles of water separating Dover and Calais. That's all. They're probably the most vigilantly guarded miles in the world. The second wave reached Europe and we pushed it back. The Atlantic wall has held ever since. We tell ourselves it always will, but how can we know for sure if they won't tell us what's really happening? Again, talking about the informational blackout. So there's no information about what's going on here and people are feeling frustrated about it. But if we take a look at this image here, as you can see, Dover and Calais, there's literally 20 miles of ocean between those, between the two countries. And something could easily escape. The virus could easily escape across that 20 miles. If one of the infected, who's maybe more intelligent, sneaks onto a ship, stows away in some sort of cargo or something, we really don't know. But man, the fact that there's only 20 miles of ocean separating this mega infected country from the rest of Europe and the world is pretty scary, like it says in this message here. And but how can we know for sure if they won't tell us anything? Yeah, I mean, absolutely terrifying. But like, all the countries of the world are just blockading it, hoping that nothing escapes, and everybody else doesn't really know what's going on. People know the UK is quarantined, but other than that, there's just cover up after cover up, and nobody really knows what's going on. So guys, that's all we have for now. I'm sure more files are going to be uploaded in the next days and weeks. If they are, I will update you on the channel. But this has been so fascinating. This marketing is just second to none. The world building, these files, adding to the mystery, the intrigue, the narrative, the world building of what's going on in 28 years later. This has got me so damn excited, guys. Let me know down in the comment section which of these files stands out to you the most. Is there anything here that you picked up on that I may have missed? I'm just a casual fan. I don't know everything about everything, and there's maybe some things here that I've missed or skipped over. So if you do see anything that I've missed, do let us know down in the comment section. And guys, I would really love to hear what you have to say about this stuff. It's so fascinating. So make sure you leave your comments, theories, opinions, and anything else down below. I will get to you as soon as I can, guys, and let's have a conversation in the comment section. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. As always, thanks so much for being here and supporting my content. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with 28 years later and more movie news that we have going on the channel. And with that down, I will see you in the next video.